understand. We do need to manage guns as well. Like, I mean, yeah, I hate to say it, but the only where my personal line is, we don't need fully automatic weapons in the hands of regular people because those are dangerous.
Yeah.
But a semi-automatic weapon for a responsible human being is fine, as long as they're taught correctly. We just it's education all around. It's as simple as educating people. You know.
And it's just one of those, when it comes to like guns and stuff like that, my only issue is when the government starts mandating things, because somebody brought up a really good point on the news the other day. They were doing one of their roundtable things, and he brought up, well, everybody should have a gun and everybody should be trained and the government should require training and stuff like that. And you were like, oh, wait a minute.
Then you're talking forcibly putting people into a military.
Yeah, basically is what you're doing at that point. And that's not a path you want to go down to. And then at the same time, I also understand the libertarian argument about, what's your opinion on guns? I should be able to own a tank.
Yes, but maybe it should not be able to shoot things.
Right,
I'm cool with you driving a tank around town. That's kind of cool.
And I get that, but the thing, and I understand that argument. My thing about that is because your average street thug isn't going to go buy a tank and be able to roll it down the street.
No.
So the whole argument, well, people are going to have, so you just want people that be able to buy F-16s and be able to run around with fully auto. Okay, here's the thing. Who are you worried about buying that can actually afford it?
Yeah, because let's talk about the more reasonable argument there, which is fully automatic weapons. So most fully automatic weapons are extremely expensive. They are not the everyday person's buy.
No.
You do have the options, but those are I hate to say it, but should be not allowed because they are just too dangerous. There have been several deaths because of ill-maintained, what most people know as Uzis. They're not a weapon for the everyday person. They have to be heavily maintained. There's just automatic weapons in general. There's a reason the military is so heavy on cleaning their weapons. That's not just for discipline. No, that's for safety. That is for safety.
But then doesn't that come down to a personal responsibility argument?
It does. But my thing is, that is where I can get on board with the why does somebody need that? Okay, that one I can understand just as a reasonable human being. But telling me that I can't have an AR-15, which is the big gun, it's not. It's a pretty relatively small caliber. It's relatively small.
Yeah.
It's not that. If you ever looked at, I don't know if you've ever seen a 5.56 round, which is what AR's predominant. AR-15s shoot 5.56 predominantly.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, what's the M16 shoot?
The M16, I believe...
Does it shoot 5.56?
It should.
Yeah,
so you have seen it, yeah.
Yeah, then I have.
It should be 5.56 NATO. So they're not very big. No, they're not.
No.
308 is much larger. It's a much larger caliber, and it is... If you've ever shot a 308, it's got more kick.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh, absolutely.
Straight up. And you can get a AR-15 that shoots 380. It's called an AR-10, but... and they were designed for hunting.
Yeah.
People don't understand that gun was designed for hunting.
Yeah.
It is an extremely...
Talking about the 308 or the AR-15?
The AR-15 platform.
Oh, yeah.
The platform. So it's the AR platform, which is Armalite. It's not assault rifle.
Right.
Or it's Arma something. It was the brand name of the people who designed it.
Right.
So, long story short, my point here is I get the arguments, but you need to remember that there is people who live in different areas that need those guns.
Yeah.
I know too many people who own land.
Think about it if you live in Alaska and you've got a grizzly coming at you.
Yeah, and not even in that. A lot of those guys, they don't carry a lot of ARs. That's just because they need something they can maintain really heavily. They can go through the dirt and the grime. They usually use older style things that are styled after like the Mosin Nagant and stuff like that. And that's because they can't be shooting off several rounds at a time because they live in fucking Alaska, and whatever ammo you have is what you have.
Right.
You don't go to the store whenever you live 150 miles away from the closest town, and you have to get a plane out of there. You can't just walk 150 miles if you didn't know that.
Right, yeah, no shit. Yeah, Alaska.
Fun fact there. Fun fact.
Fun fact about Alaska.
Well, fun fact about just walking. It's not easy to walk 100 miles.
No.
So, the big point here, though, is something looks scary, people get scared. they need to be educated. This is a lack of education for the American people because they don't understand that hogs are a huge problem in Texas.
Oh God, yeah.
I know a lot of people who have land and they need ARs to hunt the hogs because it's the most effective way.
Yeah.
And they will. I hate to say it, but people get attacked by hogs. They get shredded.
Oh God, yeah.
It destroys people.
Yeah, I've heard of some people seriously getting messed up, all with hogs.